the other guy who writes songs with me in our band, we have really different tastes in music, and this is the one album that we could always go back to and agree on. We could agree it was empirically a great thing, and then we can move on. It just gave us sort of like a North Star for how to make decisions. If I have to choose a record to talk about as like my essential record, it'd have to be Ambulance Limited by Ambulance Limited. I can't remember when I heard their music the first time. I probably heard the single Primitive the first time, which is like such a weird single. It's so dry, and like the guitar is right there. No one had ever, I mean, I shouldn't say no one had ever, but like it was really, really unusual to hear a song like that on the radio. And it was a big hit, and he barely sings in it. He kind of talks through it, which was super weird, and I'd never liked a song like that before. But it had just so much style, and it's the kind of song that like you put it on in the car and while people are having a conversation, and suddenly everyone will just shut up and it'll please them on different levels. And there, you can never really quantify what that is. It's just such a cool album. And I think part of why it's cool is because they were really looking up to like Velvet Underground. They wanted to sound like Velvet Underground, but like a shoegazy Velvet Underground. And I can't think of anything cooler than that. I feel like it really informed my musical choices because, I don't know, after a certain year, like maybe after 2004 and 2005, rock guitars just weren't that cool to me anymore, and they stayed uncool to me for a long time, and they still are a little bit uncool to me. So I was just grasping for examples of rock guitar that really did it for me, and this album is just so tasteful. All the guitars sound really ragged, and yet they sound really rich, and the playing is so, I don't know, it's such an unangsty album. And I had been sort of raised, like in the 90s on like really angsty music. That was sort of the dominant sort of mood of that music that I was raised to. So this was an album that really like, no, you can just be relaxed. Yeah, so I just wanted to play guitar like him. I wanted my guitars to sound just like that. And almost every one of his songs, the guitar sounds a little bit different. And on almost any one of his songs, I've tried to like rip off his sound. I think a lot of musicians, we're used to the trade-off of like you get paid less, but more people hear it, and that's okay. Or more like there's less money in it, but you get heard by more people, and that's sort of why you're in it for a lot of people. But if everyone's paying $15 a month for unlimited music, then we could cut that $15 up in as proportionally to who's getting listened to. It seems like that's the democratic way to do it, and I don't know why that hasn't happened yet. But I can't imagine it not happening eventually, because it's at least fair. It's not profitable, but it's fair. You can get like crazy famous without making any money, because the money pie is the same. People aren't making any more money than they used to spend on music. And that's just all it is. There's like a lot of us in the fame pie, and there's the same money pie to split it up. So I don't think we're gonna get rich. You just have to like get as much of both pies as you want. If that's your game, eat as much pie as you can.